Hey everybody, it's time. It's time for Guitar Backup for Duffers. That says you're watching patron-only content because this is content designed specifically for patrons of patreon.com/Charlie Walden, your source for weekly fiddle, guitar, mandolin, and now ukulele. I'm starting ukulele tomorrow at 11 a.m. But you're right now watching Guitar Backup for Duffers, and the live stream is happening, but the live stream is such that it's fine when it's live, but once it's over, you can't look at it, the whole thing again. You'll only be able to look at the first 5 or 10 minutes. You'll have to go to patreon.com/Charlie Walden and subscribe to be able to review it, to also get the accessory materials. By the way, Duffers who are patrons, have you been able to find those accessory materials? They're located in a Google Drive folder. And if you go to the index post, which if you're logged into patreon.com/Charlie Walden, you'll see the post at the very top says index post, index and other links, I think something like that. So open that post. It's long because I've got all the tunes listed that are available on the site. We go all the way to the bottom. Don't look for any particular tune at this time. Go all the way to the bottom, and there's a bunch of bold links there. Hit the one that says Stuff for Duffers, and that will take you to a Google Drive folder where there'll be 4 folders. There'll be Duffers, mandolin Duffers, guitar Duffers, fiddle Duffers, and ukulele Duffers. Just click the one you want, and in there you'll find audio files and written stuff, music, chord shapes. I'm going to start putting a lot more chord shapes up there. But I think everything you'll need as we go along lesson by lesson. And today I added audio files for Soldier's Joy, because that's the tune we're going to learn to accompany today. But let's back up a little bit. We're in D, right? We're still in D. We've done Spanish two-step. We've done Peekaboo Waltz. So I think I'll pick up with Peekaboo Waltz. We're playing in waltz time, remember? And we have to learn to make sure we alternate our bass. Remember I like to play back here by the, I'm a little out of tune, just so we do a touch up here. So touch up, sorry about that. You don't want to listen to a half hour of out of tune guitar. Might be time to change these strings out. What do you say? Oh, that's better. That's better. Okay, so I like to play back here, right? Just right behind the sound hole, because it's punchier. Can everybody hear that okay? So let's listen to Peekaboo Waltz. I've got it on my little other computer here. Hopefully it'll work out for me to play this file for you right now. Peekaboo Waltz. Here we go. Now this file is in that folder I told you about too, by the way. Let's see if she's going to play here. Oh, she's resisting me. I've got these installed on a little old one of these little tiny computers here. So let's see. All right, you're not going to play, are you? You bugger. You bugger. Let's try one more time here. Come on. You know you want to. All right, let me close that out and we'll try it again. Just give me patience, folks. Patience. Here we go. Now it's going to play. I think it's going to play. Come on. Let's go. Well, it doesn't like that file today. Let me try it one more time. Sorry about that. Technical difficulty. Always a possibility here at the Duffer Show. One more time. This time for sure. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. You know you can do it. You know you want to do it. Here we go. Here. Boy, you know, I'm gonna have to get a different fiddler to play those tunes for me. That guy's all over the place. He can't keep time, that old fiddler. I don't know who he is, but we'll get a new one. But so anyway, that's Peekaboo Waltz. Now, I put the music up. I want you to learn. I know we're not trying to learn to play music on the guitar. That's not the right way to say that. To read music, but I do want you to be able to read my little charts. So let me just show you this one. If go to the folder and pick that up later today when we're done here, if you haven't already. But so look at over here at this side of it. I've got an example here. Let me see if I can find it here. Did I put it up there? Hope I did. There we go. There's an example chord thing. Okay, look in the upper right left-hand corner of your screen, right on the first line there. It says 2/4. Well, that means 2 beats per measure. So what I'd do in that case is I'd play some beat 2/4, 1 and 2, and so 1 and 2 and would be one measure, right? So you've got 3 measures of the same thing. 1 and 2 and 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 1 blah blah. Okay, so now when we're playing the waltz, right? Of course, when we're playing the waltz, we're playing in 3. So you've got for each measure you're going to do one of these. You're going to do. And then it's time to do whatever else it says. If it doesn't call for a new chord in the next measure, you just keep playing that same chord, right? So if I look at Peekaboo Waltz, I've got 1 bar of D and 1 bar measure, same thing. It's depending on, just use either word. They're interchangeable. All right, so 1 measure of D and then immediately G. So what I'm going to call for you to do there is play 1 da 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 da. Of course, ultimately, folks, we want to be able to hear the changes, but you have to start somewhere. So we're going to start out with having always the changes in front of us so we know where to change chords. And, you know, there's many ways on some of these tunes to back the tune up. You don't have to play exactly my chords, but it's again, you got to have a place to start. But everybody has their opinions about what chord goes where. Just ask Pat when she's playing with me. Okay, so let's play that. So now we're going to alternate the bass. You know, I like to put this thumb over the top of the E string and play that thing right there. Okay. So hey, we got Tim here, Michael, Bruce, and Charlie Knuth. All right, good to see y'all. So and there's other people lurking in the background that aren't chatting, but that's okay. That's permissible, you know. Hey, you know what though? I'm gonna have to say right now. Just give me one moment. You people, stick with me. Stick with me. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. So if you're watching this in an archived version on YouTube, this is the end of the lesson. I'm going to cut her off right here. But if you're watching the live stream, stay with me. But if you want to see any of the lessons, review them, past lessons, this is lesson number 10. We had 8 in the first session, 2 already into 2 in this session. You have to go to patreon.com/Charlie Walden. Sign up. It's 92 cents a week. Go find a music lesson for 92 cents a week, folks. All right, here we go. All right, so we're going to play this Peekaboo Waltz again here. I'm just going to kind of sing it. Go for it. G now. Now I'm alternating D and D and this F sharp. But you can alternate D and A if you want. G. Back to D. E7. Or just play E triad if you want. You know, anytime it calls for a 7 chord in any of these chord charts I give you, you can always just play the triad. In other words, the major chord. But I like the color. And then same with A. When I'm calling for A7, you can just play regular A. But I pick this finger up and put this down in. That's over the top. So if you pick your index finger up, now the G is open. That gives you A7. Okay, let's try it one more time from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. G. E7. A7. 2 bars of that. Back to D. and E7. Everybody okay with that? I think that's nice. Now, you know, again, I don't do a lot of, some people like, I just like the straight boom. You know why? Because it sounds more like the piano. Boom, chuck, chuck, boom, chuck, chuck. And you can kind of choke that a little bit. But we'll choke chords more when we're playing all closed position chords, okay? So we're gonna leave the old peekaboo waltz alone right now. We're gonna go and talk about Soldier's Joy. Soldier's Joy. Let's listen to it. I've got a recording here of some bad fiddler playing the tune. Let's just listen to the tune. Come on, play. Come on, baby. Real common tune everybody plays. But we're going to use the Missouri rules to back it up. Alright, so now I'm going to stop right there, you bugger, you. Alright, so I'm going to play you what I would do on that tune. Now I'm going to turn it down just a little bit so you can mostly hear guitar. And let's see what happens. So here we go. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Come on. You weren't supposed to do that. Can't get that guy to stop playing, man. He loves playing. You can't shut him up. Okay, so now what we did there, we're playing. This is especially the first part is like the most typical kind of Missouri rules kind of part to play. So you've got three bars of D and 1 bar of A7. That's a 5 chord. So you got 1 chord, 5 chord. Then you've got in the back 4 bars of the first part, you've got 1, 4, 5, 1. I mean, that is the most basic kind of Missouri rules type of tune. All right, so let's just listen to what that would sound like. I'm gonna just kind of sing the tune and just get an idea, and then I'll show you some bass runs, connecting chords. Okay. A7, G, G, and A, and D. One more. Okay, so what do we need to do there to get things really moving along. I think everybody's at a point where they can probably do that progression without any bass runs. You should be getting to that point. So so what can we do there? So let's. Okay, so now we're going to go from, how do we get from the D to the A? Well, we can do, remember we talked about this. So you only got one bar of A there, so you got, things have to happen kind of quickly. So, get ready. So what I did there to get from, so I'm on D, and to get to the A chord, I'm just going B, B flat, A, but I only have time for one bass note, and I gotta then get myself transitioned back to the D chord, so I'm gonna play this C sharp note. Now here's where my little F sharp comes in handy, because that is a nice transition note to get you to the G. Watch. Okay, and then the next note I'm going to hit is this. B, G, B, A, E, or A, E, can be the one, or A, C sharp, D, that's probably what I'm really going to pick. Let's do it. I'm going to play the whole thing now. What happens when you play those bass notes, especially those leading bass notes, they're like we're going to play passing chords eventually. Those are going to be replaced with actual chords. But for right now, leading bass notes creates tension, and it creates motion, because just to sit there and go, it's fine, gets the job done. But now you're more participatory. You're creating motion, which makes the fiddler play better, makes all the other musicians play better. And you want that driving forward, especially for a square dance tune. You want all that forward momentum. And I'm not talking about speeding up. I'm just talking about harmonically. You're creating forward motion by using those leading tones. So like to lead this A, C sharp, there's only one place I can go. I got to go here. And sometimes it's fun to just play the bass notes. In fact, usually when I'm working out a tune, I'll kind of sort out in my head and on the guitar what bass tones I want to use, because then I can always find a chord to go with that tone, especially once we get further advanced and we're learning more closed position chords. We can figure out chords to go with those tones. But for right now, we're just kind of playing open style. I haven't discussed maybe where we're going in future with this whole thing. Is once I've worked my way through the various keys, like we've done G, we're doing D. Next, I'm going to do A, and then I'm going to do C, and those are like your three main keys without delving into the flat keys, and the odd sharp keys like playing an E or something like that. Then this is going to convert from Duffers to what I'll call a repertoire class. Well, I'll just bring you a new tune every week, and we'll dissect how best to accompany that tune and practice it. So that's where we're going. But so right now we're kind of in the hot part of D right now, and next week we're going to be starting with A. We're going to introduce A, and also we're going to introduce playing for 6/8 time music, because that's especially challenging on the guitar, especially in terms of the right hand, to play that 6/8 jig style rhythm the way I do it. I kind of try to copy what the piano's doing. So anyway, let us play a little bit more of this Soldier's Joy, shall we? So I'm just gonna let this fiddler play, and you try to play along. And the other thing, when you download these audio files, of course, you're more than welcome to. Hi, Dan T. How's it going there in Florida? You're more than welcome to put them in your slow downer and play them slower. I've tried to play them at a moderate tempo. Hold this on. There's a powerful sneeze coming on. I'm glad you're not here to experience this firsthand. This being allergy season, Okay, so now let us play this Soldier's Joy a little bit more. Why don't we? All right, here if I can back this guy up. Here we go. What was that? Whoa, wait, where did that come from? Where did that? Oh, see, now I'm giving you one more leading tone. So I've changed the bass line a little bit. So what we're doing is we're doing this. Sharp to A to C sharp to D. Listen, I'll play the whole bass line. Sorry, I messed it up. I better play the chord with her. I won't be able to do it. Okay, so see. What we need all these tools because we want to mix it up a little bit, We want to be able to mix it up some. So what I did there, you could just play kind of just like hold that note and then, but I want you to have a chord to go with that note. So that's G sharp. So, last time I think I talked about the diminished chords. There's three. There's this guy here that everybody seems to learn. It's kind of like your open cowboy style diminished chord. Then I showed you this inside diminished. I think I need to put up I've got a little diagram of these three diminished chords. I'll throw up in that folder too. I'll try to get that done this afternoon. But so we have this diminished chord, and then I showed you this inside diminished, which is on the inside 4 string. Well, there's one more you can do. Okay, so what I'm doing here, let's break this down here. Let me give you the finger view here. You thought I was going to say, let me give you the finger, but I didn't say that. So don't tell anybody. Don't even tell anybody I said that. Okay, so the chord we're interested in is with the bass note in this is on the G sharp. It's the 4th fret of the E string. So put your middle finger on the 4th fret of the E string, and then put your first finger, your index finger, on the 3rd fret of the D string. And then put your 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the G string. And then, remember I talked about damping? So I'm going to play across. I'm going to play across the A string, but it's going to sound like that. Because I'm damping it with the fat part of this finger. The fat part of this finger is kind of lazily laying over onto, and then by the same token, I'm not going to play the B and the E string. So you're going to get a sound like this. Woo! Okay, so what we're doing is we're doing this. We're going. So G, play G, and then quickly slide your guy. So you got to put this finger on the 4th. You got to put your middle. You got to go from here. It's going to take some practice. you know, the full diminished chord there would be like this. But I don't need these notes. I don't need them. I just want these three. And I'm not sounding out the A string. So it's... So that's your assignment. Play this about 9,000 times. And then go right to A. Okay, so let me show you how that's employed one more time. All right, so back to the main view. Here we go. All right, so now back to the main view. Here we go. This is important stuff, folks. It's life-changing. Here it is. Here it comes again. Okay. Did you hear me add some other stuff there too? So the nicest note to add as a when you're playing these kind of tunes is the third. So it really works well. The third works well. So it's D, then I'm playing the D string here, and I'm going to hit this with my pinky. I'm going to hit the 4th fret of the D string. That's an F sharp for the third. See, and you might have heard some other little walks I did, you know, some little walks. Okay, getting from G back to D. Here's one of the things you can do. That's B, C sharp, D. Now I'm going to show you one more thing, and then I'm just going to tease you with it. Okay, it's called the walk down. This is the kind of the walk up. Here's what I'm going to give you next time is this. Sorry. That's all we got time for, folks. 30 minutes comes and goes really fast. So be sure to check out the patreon.com/Charlie Walden. Give it a look. Give it a look. And folks, I'm out of here. We got to get some lunch. You do too. So I'll see you again next week at 11 a.m. Central Time right here. And we're clear.
The other way back in the same old track. Take your feet.